Hello everyone! This is Blue198 and today I'm going to do a review of Crash Titans for the PlayStation 2. Now let's go. And I know what you may be thinking, is that this is not a Crash game, that you're tricking us. Actually, this is a Crash game. One of the best parts about it is it's new. Wouldn't it just be like all repetitive and get kind of boring if you just had a reskin of the same game every year? That would just be boring. Anyway, Crash Titans takes a new take on the series, making for more combat-based gameplay than the usual, like break over the boxes by spinning, collect or walk through, get all the gems and crystals kind of stuff. And that gameplay style is pretty good, but I do really like the Titans gameplay style as well. Though there is one thing that makes it not really a resemblance to the other two last two console games at the time, is that now it's very linear. As our last two games were open world, and I'm talking about Twin Sanity and Tag Team Racing's platforming, this game is completely linear, and it's not that hard or long. I beat it in as little as 3 days. The hardest part about it was the Uka Uka boss. Yeah. And I've already almost 100% of the game, but I have beaten the main story, so deal with it. Boom. Anyway, so the plot is basically that Coco has been kidnapped and you got to go to Cortex and save her. But Cortex gets replaced by Nina, and I'm not going to explain the whole story because that's not what I do. Because I don't want any spoilers. So, yeah, it's very simplistic and there's barely any cutscenes. Well, there were some really funny jokes. So the story is about, like, not that good. Now let's talk about the music. The music in this game is outstanding. Made by Mark Barrel, whoever, whatever, how you pronounce his last name, which was Radical's in-house composer at the time, and I think it still is. He did some really great music for this game. I mean, it's really great. You should look up the soundtrack for this game and maybe even find the disc soundtrack for the game. It exists. It's also on the Xbox Live Marketplace. If you have an Xbox 360, yeah, I guess. Anyway, let's talk about the graphics. The graphics were pretty good for a PS2 game that was released in 2007. Crash games did really have good graphics for a PS2 game in when they actually had PS2 games. Anyways, and I barely even saw any slowdown in the game, and that's actually pretty good. Pretty good, Sierra. Pretty good, Radical. Pretty good, guys. Now let's talk about the point of the review, the gameplay. Now this game is fun. I mean, like, really fun. So basically, it's your regular style 3D beat 'em up platformer starring Crash Bandicoot. Well, it actually is really fun to beat up enemies in the game. It's pretty good. Uh, One of the main things in the game is called jacking, is where if you find a mutant enemy, then you gotta beat up enough to where you fill its star meter, and then you'll be able to press a button and then ride it to take its powers against the enemies. This is a really good idea, and they did not make it go to waste. I can tell you that. You can also get upgrades with the new Mojo collectible that they introduced now, and I got all set 27 of them. I got 15 seconds of slide time, lots of health, and even infinite spin time. I mean, wow, that's gotta be awesome. I've also got all the combos, including the chin tickler, which is just an uppercut, which is an uppercut. Combo is a square square triangle. It's really fun to play this game. I will tell you that. It is extremely fun and it's just so great. It's if people agree. Some people may agree with me. Some people may really, really agree with me. That is a fact. So, yeah, gameplay is awesome, and that is the main point of the game, the gameplay. So let's get my positives and negatives about Crash of Titans. First, to get them out of the way, let's do the negatives. The negatives is that there's barely any stories, and that it's way too short. So those are my only negatives. The positives, it's fun gameplay, good graphics, amazing music, some funny jokes, and costumes. Yep, costumes. They're pretty good. I like the costumes. Pretty good. Costumes. Yeah. So what do I give Crash Titans as a whole? I give it a 9 out of 10, making it qualify for the Blue Blur 98 Silver Award, which it gets. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.